on the OxFit podcast. Good morning, everybody. Special guest, returning guest. You know him as Mikey B. What are your other nicknames, Mike?
I don't know. Whatever comes out of your mouth when I walk in the door, generally it changes from time to time.
I like
Mikey,
Mickey Bubble. Can we call you Mickey Bubble? That's a good one.
you can call me generally anything you want as long as it gets my attention.
Yeah. Well, returning guest, second time on the podcast.
Yeah.
So that's how much
Th-
we enjoyed it the first time.
Thanks for having me back.
But also, come a long way, dude, even since the last podcast. So it's exciting to catch up.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good, feeling grateful for you guys and what I've been able to achieve with you guys. So thanks for everything.
Since the last podcast, you've been crowned Oxfit Grant Park's happiest member. Is
Uh,
that right?
it's funny. It's right here. No big deal. That's
Oh,
right.
prime spot in the bedroom. Shit.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, are you kidding me? No, just waste these trophies, bro. Put them in the closet.
Awesome. That means it's a proper trophy then. That means you really do appreciate it. Good. Most people would be like, it's somewhere in the garage or something. You know what I mean? So that's good.
Yeah, happy. It's hard not to be happy when you feel good, you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, when we were giving out the award, even I remember the crowd when we said, it's the happiest person at 5:30 a.m. or something like that, and everybody just went, Mike. Like we didn't even we didn't even get to announce it.
I'll take it. Yeah, it's a good way to be, man. I never thought that I would be happy to be walking into a gym to traumatize my body willingly and be happy about it. But boy, oh boy, am I ever.
At
It's a
5:30
thing.
in the morning.
5:30 a.m., baby. Yeah,
Love it.
it's great. Me too.
Well, I titled this podcast "Enough is Enough," and going back to a concept that I've been thinking about a lot is drifting through life. Right, like you get into a routine where you just are drifting, right? Like you just wake up, you start scrolling on your phone, you go to work, you do the job that you've got to do, you come home and you just going in this like rhythm and routine where nothing stands out. There's no like you don't remember a certain number of years. You
Right?
just stop for a second and you go, how did I get here? Right? And so I would love to go back with you that far and just start with that question. What did drifting look like in your life?
I mean, you kind of just nailed it. It just a boring routine, you get up, you scroll on your phone a little bit, get ready for work, without a lot of time allotted for anything else. It's kind of like you get up unexcited. So you wake up after a couple snoozes on the alarm, don't allow much time before you have to be at work, so you're not prepared, and you're just going through the motions. I was just going through the motions, and for the most part, it was okay. There's nothing that stands out that was terrible happening, but I was just kind of blah, and unhappy with myself for sure, because I knew that I was not living up to any kind of potential, or even beyond that, not even, I wasn't treating myself properly, mind, body, and soul for sure. So it's easy when you're in that mindset to just clock in and clock out of the day and watch, rinse, repeat, just kind of drifting through.
Did you realize that you were drifting, or did someone or something wake you up from drifting?
I knew I was. I kind of just leaned into it, accepted it as life. Oh, I'm 40 years old, I've got a career, I've got a wife and kids. I'm good, got a little house and a happy life, and that this is fine. I'm not dying of cancer. I'm not obese, so whatever, this is fine. But in the back of my mind, I always knew that this is this could be different and probably should be different. But the more you're in that hamster wheel, the quieter and more distant that voice is that's telling you, yo, wake up. And so you just turn it off and you're like, cool, I'll have donuts for dinner. It's gonna be great.
Mm, mm. It's very interesting that like you started with the snooze button, and I think that's just a perfect metaphor for what most like we're both dads, husbands, both have full time jobs that take up a lot of our time. It's not that we're not doing something. It's not that we're not working hard. It's just that you're in that snooze mentality, right? Where you're gonna get up for work, you're gonna go to work because you got to do it, but it doesn't matter if you get that extra 30 minutes of your alarm going off every 6 minutes for the next
Right.
hour, right? Like, doesn't matter if you get up and you just, whatever's in the fridge, you eat for breakfast.
Yeah,
And it doesn't matter that it's a bowl of cereal and then you're going to be hungry again in 10 minutes.
exactly. It's like the difference between just getting to work or showing up to work, or, or whatever it is that you're going to do. It's like you can arrive at the place or the thing, but are you showing up?
Mm,
Does that make sense?
yeah. And what is the cost of snoozing? How long do you think somebody could snooze for? Like, could you snooze away 10 years?
Oh, 100%, dude, without a doubt. Because it's a quiet little thing, and because you're checking all the boxes of life elsewhere. You're showing up to work, you're showing up, taking the kids to practice, you're a good husband or a wife, you're doing all the things that you're supposed to do, but you're not taking care of yourself. So you could cruise through 5 years without problem because you don't know it most of the time, because people like to, it feels good to have a career, it feels good to have a spouse that you love and loves you, it feels good, those things feel good, so they tend to quiet out that last thing that I ever took care of, which was looking at myself.
Hmm. Like you said, you're working hard, right? You're there.
Yeah,
The only thing for me that I realize is if I'm not bouncing out of bed when my alarm goes off to go and attack the day, if I don't have like a set structure of what I want to eat that day and a way that I'm training, then I am all on nothing. Like I
yeah,
think most men are, right? Like you're all in on this goal and this way of being all just doesn't matter. And like you said, it's donuts for dinner or it's a
yeah,
couple of beers on a Tuesday night
right, yeah,
like
totally,
me as a young kid, like or a teenager, seeing like parents and stuff doing that, I didn't even. I was like, I just binge drink on the weekends when it's fun. What
right,
are you doing? What
right,
are you doing on a Tuesday night? Right? And then I got older, and I was just like, I had a couple of years there where I was like, dad, like new dad, pandemic, all that stuff, and I was snoozing for a little bit. And it's not that you're not doing the things that you're supposed to do, right? But you're just not there. You're
yeah,
not showing up. Like you're taking your kids to the park, but you kind
uh,
of like checking bullshit
uh,
on your phone.
yeah, you're not there, you're not showing up, you're just there.
Sitting around watching shows with your wife, but you don't really know what happened in a day. You're not engaged with that. You're not making dinner and like trying to make something that you both want to sit down and eat.
You're
And
just going through the motions, you're checking off boxes.
you're drinking a beer and a wine, but you're just drinking it for you. You're not drinking it to like get closer to somebody else.
Right,
Right?
totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when was there like a turning point in that? When did you finally decide to take some action and say, like the episode of this podcast, enough's enough on this?
um I felt it coming. There wasn't like a defining, definite moment that stands out. It was kind of like a slow burn, slow build before I called you guys up, really. Because I knew, like I said, I knew that I could be doing better for myself, and you know, cut rewind to, I spent a lot of time in the past decade doing life, and there's lots of trials and tribulations, and like I got sober, and through that process, you spend a lot of time on your mind and your soul, and like you're learning yourself and all these things, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of awareness and all these things, and I got through that, and I realized that I wasn't taking care of my body as well. And
Mhm.
like because I was so tuned in like I never was before, it was way more apparent. And that realization took place. And then probably about, I'd say 6 months to a year later is when I called you guys, when I finally was just like, oh, there was a moment. I was running down some stairs, a flight of stairs, and I could feel my man boobs bouncing up and down.
Mm.
And that really helped me realize, like, yo, that's that's that feels weird. That feels different. That's definitely unhealthy.
Mm.
And then I thought more. I'm like, you're 41, you're on blood pressure medicine, you have man boobs. These things aren't jiving. That doesn't seem right. So I called you guys
Mm.
because that was it. So short story long, to answer your question,
Yeah, that's a cool moment.
that was it. It was just you know, the stars aligned finally in such a way that I went into action.
Yeah, and looking at the photo, like the thumbnail of this, and seeing that person that walked in, who, yeah, like belly, man boobs, like the whole thing would have been bouncing, right? To then the guy pushing a high rock sled, looking ripped and focused and determined. Um,
It's wild.
it's very, to me, it's just, I like pictures, right? Like I like to see, you could tell me all day what it looks like, but when I see that, it's just like two different people. Were you expecting that change?
No, no, I just, I wasn't expecting anything, to be quite honest. You know, I just wanted to do something different, and I knew that there was a place to go to do that. And I would have been happy just going to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, and that would have, in my mind, that was enough. That would have I could have shown myself that, hey, you can be consistent, and hey, you can go do this thing, and that would have been fine, because I would have gotten results, and I would have, been doing the thing. But what has happened since I started is well beyond anything that I could have ever thought. And I feel like the way I think about it all, like I feel like a different person, to be quite honest.
What was harder than you expected?
Oh, what was harder than I expected? Um,
Because had you signed up for gyms before? Had you done, like programs like this before? Had
no,
you ever had
never,
a coach before?
never, none of it. I had never done anything like this. I was, I always had a gym membership, and I would go periodically. There'd be like stints of time where I would be quasi consistent.
Mhm.
Um, but no, I never done anything like this. I think the hardest part was at the beginning, learning how to eat properly. That
Mm.
was the hardest part for sure.
Yeah.
Thinking Now that I think about it, like when you and I first met, and I gave you my goals, and you so kindly and gently showed me the way. And I'm like going through and doing the charts and reading the things, and I'm like, oh, I don't know that I could do this. Like I'll bust out 50 burpees for you, but
Mm.
I don't know that I'm strong enough or have the willpower to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, what most men are doing is, oh, I got to learn something to change this.
Yes.
Where I don't want to learn. You got this confused. I want to work hard and
Yeah.
fit,
Yeah.
right?
But that is the working hard. That's like anybody can lift up a dumbbell, but the learning, that's the habit changing aspect of it that I am the most proud of, honestly. And
Yeah.
it has done just as much for my body, if not more, than just going to sweat it out with you guys at the gym.
Mhm.
You know, there.
Yeah. And even
It's,
me as a coach, like I resonate with that. Like I coach people on like tracking macros, and I know the importance of it, right? But even in my mind, like it's such a nerdy thing to do, right? To like take your food and log it on an app and weigh and measure it, you know? And so I've always just eyeballed it, read the label, trusted the label, and just been like, that's close enough. Or I'd go on my fitness pal and I'd search for it and it wouldn't be there. So I'd just find the closest thing,
Right.
you know? And now my goal this year is to try and win the 40 plus division, right? To go
Yeah.
all out and give it my best.
Yeah.
To do that at this age has nothing to do with working hard. Like I know how to work hard.
Right.
It's actually working way less hard, way more smart, mobilizing, like getting the most bang for the buck out of my sessions, warming up right, tracking my macros, and like for 30 days, on day 31 today, I've tracked them every day. I'm going for 90, right?
Yeah.
But it's like the most important habit now for me
Yeah.
to go into this competition because it's going to change everything. I'm going to be in enough food. I'm going to be fueling. I'm going to be recovering. And it's so far outside of like a competition's coming up. Let me train 3 times a day.
Right.
That would be so easy.
It is so much easier. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
I want,
So,
I want to have a better mindset. Let me out train it. No, no. What are you doing every day when you wake up? What do you pick up first?
right.
How long are you on your phone?
That is training as well.
Want to have a better relationship with my wife. Well, how much are you looking at pornography? How much are you
Right.
playing video games? How much are you not listening? How much are you on your fucking cell phone? Like
Yep.
that's like it's not go buy them more things. That would be way easy, right? Like go
Yeah.
buy a new pair of shoes or some new clothes or take a no, that's not gonna do it. Like you gotta be a better person.
Well, and yes, and also the discipline that comes with tracking your macros and paying attention closely to what you eat, that discipline to, because you don't always want to eat the right thing. Very rarely do I want to eat the right thing, but I do. And when I do, it puts a little tick in my mind, a little mental marker, and that it's that discipline that compounds. And when you're at the gym, it's that discipline that gets you those 2 or 3 extra reps.
Mhm.
It's for me anyway. It has the 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 eating habits and you know the lifestyle changes in general that are outside of the gym have made me better in the gym. And if I was to just work out physically and not do any of the other stuff that we talk about and that we do, then I would not be doing so well in the gym.
Mhm.
It's a peanut butter and jelly type situation. They just go better together.
Yeah, when you follow our program and what we've built over the last 10 years, and we have like a flow chart in the gym. I don't know if you've seen it,
Oh
but
yeah.
it starts with nutrition, right? And that's crazy to think like you're a gym. And I'm like, no, no, no. We're a habit place. Like we'll help develop your
It's
habits. And then we have the best fitness program in the world. Nobody spends more time than us on the program. And as you've seen from being around us this week and testing some of the workouts with us, nobody puts as much time and effort into the design of the workouts as us. We know that works. But number one is still nutrition. Number two is still habits. Number 3 or 4 is fitness. And that's from a gym owner who's been doing this and seen results for the last 12 years. I know what the most important part is. I would love it when you first start working out with us. If you showed up at the gym every day, showed me your nutrition, and went home. And you were like, what about the workout? Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
We'll go get you in the best shape of your life. There's no rush on that. But until you change this stuff, we're just spinning our wheels in here.
100%. Wheels spinning. Yeah.
When did you realize that it was about more than fitness?
When I mean, soon after I started at OxFit, I realized it was bigger than just fitness. Um, like my routine changed drastically and immediately. I took I go to the 5:30 a.m. classes. So to
Was
do
that your
that,
was that your only option?
no, it wasn't my only option, but it was the option that worked best.
I think I remember meeting you at like 5:30.
You did,
The
you
only time
did.
me and you could meet. And
Yeah.
I think I remember you saying like, "Oh, I'll probably never be at this class."
Right. At the time it was work related, but I soon realized that I could go to the gym at 5:30 and be done with that part of my day and then be there to start the day for my kids and get them off to school, um, without eating away at anybody else's time. And then so it's my time in the morning. So to do that is to do it for myself. And I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I make coffee and I meditate and I chill out and I am ready to go at 5:30 a.m. in the gym,
Mhm.
and then when I'm back home, take a shower, kids get up in 10 minutes and I'm ready for my day,
Yeah.
you know. And so that to answer your question, what was your question?
When did you realize about more than fitness?
That's when I realized how it was affecting the broader picture of my life, you
So it's
know.
changed your role as a husband and a father basically in the house. Like you're different in the morning. Like
Yeah,
when you come
I'm
back,
I'm prepared. I'm up. I'm ready. I've been up, so when the kids get up, they don't want to go to school. They don't want to, they're just miserable little humans for the first at least 25 minutes,
Mhm.
which is to be expected. But if I had just woken up 5 minutes before I got them up, I also would be a miserable person. And then their misery and my misery combined would lead to, let's just say, a less than ideal morning experience. So
Crazy when
because,
you can see that when you come home and you've got all this energy and you see like, oh, then like they're not ready for when I come back from like I coached at 5 a.m. this morning. I came in and I was like hyped up and they were just like, get off me, dad. You know what I mean? And like,
yeah, that's me
well,
every morning.
yeah. And so if I'm cranky like that too, yeah, that's
Yeah, and
even
nobody
more.
that's it's no good for anybody,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that was the first thing I noticed was how I was able to just approach the day and, not get so easily pulled into the hemming and hawing and the stressfulness that can come with just ordinary day, you
Yeah.
know?
What would your wife say is different about you?
What would my wife say?
Mhm.
She would say, hey, she was always in her mind the more disciplined of the two of us,
Mm.
and she makes jokes all the time about how that's not the case anymore. She
You were the
she
artist, right? You were the
I was just whatever, yeah, I'm just artist, kind of just go with the flow and just whatever, no big deal. And as soon as I started the nutrition part of the process at the beginning, and she realized that I was actually doing it and really doing it, she was just like, whoa, like that's inspiring. You're inspiring. And that's a huge compliment for me. You know, there's always there's times when you're down on yourself, or you're feeling insecure, and to have somebody, show you respect like that, or say those genuine words,
mm,
it's a big freaking deal. My kids, they're they've seen the results. They know what I was like before. And I come home and Sam, my youngest son, is like, let me punch you in the stomach, like I'm gonna hit you in the abs. And I'm like, the fact that I even have an ab to be punched is
yeah,
amazing, and
great. To
it's
hear
it's
you're hearing it from the most important people from to you, right? Like
yeah,
a lot of people might hear stuff like that from like buddies or
right,
from
right.
strangers, but yeah, to hear it from the people that you kind of do it for is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. When my boys talk about how strong their dad is, I'm like, made me freaking cry, bro.
Yeah, it
Jesus.
gave me goosebumps when you said your wife, like it inspired by,
Yeah.
because I think a lot of men, I don't know if a lot, but I probably like you just I rebelled against rules. I thought like entrepreneur, creative, like wanted to like live by my own rules. You're an artist, like you know what I mean? Like feel like rules pin you in. But then as you get older and you see discipline equals freedom,
Oh
and
yeah.
discipline creates more time to work on what you love. Discipline creates these times and these moments where you can really like fully immerse yourself in the good stuff of life because you got rid of all the shit.
Yep.
Like
Totally,
that,
dude.
when you
It's
start to see like you give yourself some rules that create more freedom in your life. And like,
yeah,
because if there are no rules, then you're just lost and you're drifting.
yeah.
But
You're
if you
just
wake
ping
up and
ping.
boom, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
gotta do this, this, and this, so then I can go do this, and I like
right,
this.
right. Totally. Or even not even I'm gonna go do this thing that I like. It's your what I found is that I'm freeing up space for whatever is about to come, whether it's good or bad. And life is full of curveballs, and we're always like we're inundated with shit in life, and to have the mental capacity and the bandwidth to just adapt to whatever is coming, as
Mm.
opposed to when you're so tightly wound and you're just every every next thing is just like it's just like a machine gun fire of shit happening, and you're just doing it over and over and over again. When something falls off track or a curveball comes and you're in that mode, it throws everything off. It's the monkey wrench in the wheel, right?
Yeah,
And that's when I would turn into a freaking monster, right? And just be frustrated and you know not nice to be around and all those things. But the discipline that we're talking about has created so much more space in my mind to not be that monster, to not be a frustrated asshole dad,
just
to
reactive, right?
react.
Yeah,
That's that's the word,
yeah,
reactive, far
yeah,
less reactive.
yeah. I always tell people working out in the morning, you might not get in the best shape of your life, or you might not get fitter than you could working out in the evening or the afternoon. But working out in the morning will change your life because when you walk out of that gym, the sky looks bluer, the grass looks greener. Somebody cuts you off in traffic, you wave and smile.
Exactly.
You get home, your kids are having a bad morning, you just run around, shake them. You've got this energy to like break them out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
this happened. Don't worry about that. We'll take care of it later.
Yep.
So,
Totally.
yeah,
It's
I love
a, it's a it's it's a beautiful thing to
So
to
let's contrast that with what if you didn't come? Where would you be right now? How long have you been with us? A year and a half, maybe?
no, not even a year yet. It'll be a year in July, maybe.
Okay, so coming up on a year.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's a year anyway.
But where
Where
would
would
you
I?
be now, and where would you be like, say, down the line, like if you didn't come in?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is that I got my a physical in October around my birthday. My yearly physical. My doctor was like, "Whoa," took me off blood pressure medicine. Um, was really impressed. He's like, "What have you been doing?" Anyway, so without showing up to OxFit, I would be overweight. I would be on hypertension medicine. Um, I would be grumpier. I would be less willing to do things that I don't want to do. I would be harder to deal with for my wife. I would be a less patient father. I would be a less patient boss, and I would be unhappy with myself. That's where I would be, right off the top of my head.
Unhappy
Yeah.
and making people around you unhappy.
Yep. Yeah. I'd be a catalyst for negativity.
Mm. And instead, you're the 5:30 a.m.'s happiest member.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool, right?
I mean, there's not much else to say except what's the next mountain for Mike? What are you climbing now? You've done a high rocks. You are in the best shape of your life.
What's next for me? To continue to grow, man. I'm gonna come do beach brawl with you guys, which is exciting. So I'm gonna be training for that. And honestly, I'm just training for life, dude. Just building on what I did yesterday, every day, and showing up for myself, for my people, you guys, just showing up. The next mountain is tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen down the road, but right here, right now, I'm going to do my thing. And tomorrow, hopefully, I'll do it better. I don't know, but I'm
Yeah.
good with that. I'm good with that.
Close where we started. What does stop drifting mean to you today when you hear that?
What does stop drifting mean? It means to pay attention. It means to focus. Really pay attention to what's going on, um, with yourself inside, with what's going on outside. Stop drifting means to take a beat and pay attention.
Mm.
Like, that's it. Because that's what I did, and here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely a story of somebody who just took control too, right? You were going through life and life was just having its way. It's like you're a dad now, you've got a business, you got all this pressure of running your business, you got 2 kids. You could just have a couple of drinks every night, or you just keep going, like be reactive to the world.
Yep.
You'll survive, but your marriage might not.
Yeah.
That business might not. Eventually, you might just tap out.
Oh yeah. 100% accurate. Yep.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, really cool. I can't wait to see what you do at Beach Brawl. Yeah, thank you for being such an asset to the 5:30 a.m. and OxFit in general, and inspiring us, like your wife said. Like your journey is very inspirational, and
Thanks, man.
yeah, I can't wait to see what's next. And if there's somebody out there that's listening that is drifting, that feels like that, me and Mike have both been there. We can relate.
Oh yeah. Big
And
time.
you
And
need a
this is
coach. You need a coach. It's too hard to do it on your own.
100%. Never could have done it on my own.
Yeah.
And you've got a community of people here that have all been through it too. So there's no better place to go. Drift your way right on into that front door of OxFit. All right, buddy. Thank you so much, man. I love you guys. You guys are the greatest and life changing, and I could not be more appreciative.
Yeah, I can't wait to check in for episode 3, see where we're at.
Let's do it, buddy.
All right, dude.
All right,
Hey,
later, man.
congrats on your year at Oxford almost. That's dope.
Right? Thank you. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
Oh, yeah. All right, buddy. I'll
All
see
right,
you
later,
later.
buddy.
Bye.
All right, bye.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. If you haven't yet, go like this episode, subscribe, leave a comment, share it with somebody, share it with a dad that you might know is struggling, drifting right now. Email me at ox.fit. I love working and helping people find their strength again and stop drifting. Have a great